Test, test. Test, test. And good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to Trinity College of Jacksonville. We apologize for a few technical issues as we get started. Hopefully everything is in order. We'll continue to keep an eye on it and let you know what's going on. The Eagles of Trinity College of Jacksonville are wearing the home whites and are going from the right to the left, and are playing host to the Wesleyan College Wolves, who are in the black uniforms, going from the left to the right here in the first half. Hello again, everybody. I'm Ray Bureau. We're glad you're joining us here on the TBC Eagles Sports Network. We'll tell you how the teams have done so far in just a moment. That's Alyssa Lechuga with possession at midfield. This is a second meeting this season between the Eagles and the Wolves, as we have a handball violation called against Trinity, and so the Wolves will have themselves a free kick. That earlier meeting was a 4-1 win for Trinity College of Jacksonville on September 9th up in Macon, Georgia, the home of Wesleyan College. 2 goals each by Gina Beto and Lucy Rife for Trinity, and Becky Lee Wilson scored the goal for Wesleyan. The goalkeeper you just saw make the free kick is Brooke Hankinson, who has played 1,055 minutes in net entering play today. She has allowed 44 goals, and she has saved a fantastic total of 144 shots on goal. The Wolves overall on the season 1-12, no wins, 6 losses in NCAA Division III Collegiate Conference of the South competition. Their last matchup was a 5-1 loss to LaGrange College this past Saturday. They're averaging .54 goals per game, taking 0.7 shots per goal on game. That is incorrect, but I do know that 81% of their shots have been on goal, with a successful shots percentage of 15%. I know I'm stumbling, but I'm still trying to keep an eye on the video and the audio to make sure that is coming through to you. Meanwhile, the Eagles, 4 wins, 4 losses, 1 tie this season. They are 1-1 in NCCAA Division II South Region competition. They played 2 Thursday and Saturday in the South Region, got a 2-0 win at Toccoa Falls College, or 2-1 rather, and lost 2-0 to Bob Jones. Still trying to do a lot of things at once. So 1 win, 1 loss on the trip in the South Region, and we'll host both Toccoa Falls and Bob Jones here within the next couple of weeks. In fact, Toccoa Falls comes here next Saturday. Both the women's and the men's teams will match up. And then on October 25th, the final home game of the season, women's soccer will take on the Bruins of Bob Jones University. That one goes out of bounds off the foot of Tony Rogers and will be a goal kick. Olivia Rasick is the Trinity goalkeeper here this afternoon. She has played 15 minutes in net, and that came in the game at Wesleyan on September 9th. She did not allow a goal, and she saved 1. That is Olivia Rasick, a freshman from Onley, Maryland, getting the start for Coach Alexa Pittman here this afternoon. The head coach of the Wolves, Mr. Chris Topper-Kogan. The athletic director of Wesleyan College is Seth Berkebile, and the sports information director is Mr. Ryan Bliss, who is also the head softball coach at Wesleyan College. I'm Ray Bureau bringing you the action. There's a great pass from Callie Robinson to Lucy Rife, who was tied with Gina Beto for the team lead in goals with 5 apiece. Rife with the cross pass to the center of the box, but it is deflected back toward the middle of the pitch. Here's Ayla Buckley, 1 goal, 1 assist on the season. And she tries to get the ball to Robinson, but her pass is intercepted. Wolves clear out of the scoring area, and a loose ball headed toward the sideline will be tracked down by Flor Delgado. 1 goal each this season for Stephanie Kogan, Nellie Vivaldo, Fernanda Perez, Tony Rogers, Becky Lee Wilson, Piper Tadlock, and Abby Gleaton. There's also 1 team goal that was unassigned to a certain player. And that pass all the way across the box, headed toward the sideline, but kept in play by Camila Lopez, who has scored twice and assisted twice this season. And her pass attempt is knocked out of bounds by Veronica Pacheco, so that will be the first corner kick of the game, and Trinity College will do the honors. That'll be Kira Goodwin heading down to take the kick for the TCJ Eagles. Beautiful Monday afternoon, temperatures in the low 80s. Just a few white clouds overhead, otherwise bright blue skies, a very gentle breeze blowing straight in toward the camera. A shot attempt, the first of the game, and that one was taken by Aubrey Settle. And it'll be a save for Brooke Hankinson. She came in with 144 saves, so make that 125. Wesleyan, members of NCAA Division III in the Collegiate Conference of the South. Tatiana Grace not in there today. 582 minutes to lead the Eagles goalkeepers. 10 goals allowed and 48 saves. And Taylor McCrory in 213 minutes has allowed just 4 goals, and she has saved 20. Eagles typically play some very good defense, even in their losses. Not many goals scored against. They did have that stretch of 3 in a row where the offense did not score. Otherwise, the Eagles have played very well, very tight soccer against all opponents this season. 4 wins, 4 losses, and 1 tie. That was a scoreless tie against Pasco Hernando State College here on this field. And then we went down to Pasco, and that was one of those 3 in a row where the Eagles were unable to get the ball into the net. But a very good season for TCJ Eagles women's soccer as Robinson is on the move. The goalkeeper comes out. The both of them collide, hit the ball at the same time. Robinson comes up limping. She's already wearing a knee brace on her left leg, and she is hunched over as the ball goes out of bounds for a Trinity throw-in. Both teams battling some injuries and down a few players. And heading over to the sideline will be Tony Rogers just to get a little hydration, and she'll head back to the pitch. Robinson looks like she's all right. She's going to tough it out as this one goes out of bounds for another Trinity throw-in. So Trinity College looking for win number 5. And the new rankings will come out tomorrow, but in the last 2, Trinity College has been number 2 in NCCAA Division II. Hopefully they'll be able to maintain that status when the new rankings come out tomorrow. They're actually ranked 1 ahead of Bob Jones. That could flip-flop, however, because Bob Jones won the game on Saturday. That one cleared out of the box, but right to Goodwin, who controls the ball. And she finds Isla Buckley to Camila Lopez, who can hit from pretty much anywhere on the offensive side of the field. Her pass attempt went strong and into the hands of Brooke Hankinson, who kept the ball in play, and she'll walk it up to the top of the box and get ready for a punt. Not a whole lot of wind, just a gentle breeze. It is blowing more straight in toward the camera, and a great punt by Hankinson all the way past the circle. This one will head back to the sideline, or midfield, but it did cross the sideline for a throw-in for the Wolves. Now Louis back on the live stats for you this afternoon. Thomas on camera, so we're in good hands. We're just hoping that all the electronics want to keep working. It took a while to get them up and running. Looks and sounds pretty good, at least on our end, hopefully on your end as well. That's why it's good to have some backup equipment. My main one didn't want to cooperate, so the backup plan is in action now. It'll be a throw-in for the Wolves. On their defensive side of the field, the Eagles knock it out of bounds, and the Wolves will throw it in once again. And no, this time they're saying the ball deflected off a Wesleyan player, so Trinity will have the throw-in on their offensive side. They'll send it back to Latruga at midfield. Alyssa Lechuga, last year named one of the top defenders in the South region and the entire NCCAA. Camila Lopez finds Rife, the wall pass back to Lopez from the corner of the box. She takes the shot, and it goes into the hands of Hankinson for her second save. First attempt of the afternoon for Camila Lopez. looking for her third goal of the season. Very aggressive play, but Hankinson was able to make the save. And another great punt by the Wesleyan goalkeeper. Hankinson, a freshman from Cape Coral, Florida's North Fort Myers High School. Loose ball picked up by Lechuga on the defensive side. Eagles have had more ball control in the early going. That one volleyed up into the air and into the possession of Veronica Pacheco. And Robinson coming on, putting on the pressure. Forces Pacheco to make the pass. And the loose ball picked up by the Wolves at midfield. Here a Goodwin gets to the ball ahead of Flor Delgado. And the Eagles look to make the advance. The pass for Robinson up the right side, but she's offsides. And so no shot attempt. It hits off Hankinson and goes out of bounds, but it will be a free kick for the Wolves. Shots taken already. 1 for Wesleyan, 1 for Trinity College. Tony Rogers took an attempt early on while we were still trying to get things up and running for you. Great free kick all the way up the pitch. And a nice job by Rasick, as that ball was rifled right over her head, but she was able to reach up and pull this one down and keep it out of the net. Rasick 5'5", but a good arm reach from only Maryland. Settle knocks this one towards Lechuga, who controls it with her feet. Dribbles up and sends the pass past the midfield stripe. Shot attempt a moment ago taken by Fernanda Perez. Rasick with one save so far. Eagles looking to get into scoring position. Robinson for Lopez, just outside the box. And the ball bounces off Lopez and volleys around, and the Wolves win the possession. And the pass up the pitch, looking for Tony Rogers. Will she get there? No, she won't. Shayla Mendonca beats her to the ball. Sends it back to her goalkeeper. Keeps it on the ground. And Lechuga able to get the ball to Buckley. 1 goal, 1 assist this season for Buckley. That came at Toccoa Falls, and I believe that was the game winner late in the first half. That made it 2-1, and that ended up the final score as well. So Buckley with a game-winning goal in South Region play. This time Buckley will tap it back to her goalkeeper, and Olivia Rasick will reset the possession for the Eagles. Head coach Alexa Pittman in her 3rd year out of then Trinity Baptist College, assisted by her husband Brenner, who is also a Trinity graduate and men's soccer player. Alexa, a women's soccer player here at now TCJ. Battle for the ball just inside the box, and we have ourselves a whistle. And a push will be called against Shayla Mendonca. And Veronica Pacheco draws the foul, and a free kick is coming for the Wolves. Athletic Director of Trinity College of Jacksonville, Mr. John D. Jones, and I, Ray Bureau. I am the Sports Information Director. And a free kick towards midfield, intercepted by Lopez. Options to both sides. Robinson to her left. Instead, she takes the shot, and it takes a bounce and goes wide right. Another good aggressive play, well struck by Lopez, but the ball hit just in front of the right post and bounced the wrong way as far as the Eagles are concerned. And so a tough break for Trinity College as we remain scoreless. Overall, that is shot number 3 for the Eagles. 2 of those have been on goal. That was the first one that wasn't. Another nice goal kick from Brooke Hankinson. Taylor McCrory is getting ready to check in for the Eagles at the next opportunity. And a cross pass looking for Reif to flex off a defender and goes out of bounds. It will be Trinity's throw-in, and here comes Taylor McCrory. 1 goal this season. She's also spent 213 minutes as the Trinity goalkeeper. She will take over for Camila Lopez. Throw in for the Eagles as we have just under 28 minutes left to go in the first half. A lot of action, some shots taken, but nobody has connected just yet. Aubrey Settle at midfield for the Eagles. To the near sideline, and this one rolls out of bounds, and this will be a Wesleyan throw-in. Ball lofted past midfield, up the right sideline. Aubrey Settle and Buckley get to the ball first, and Buckley knocks it out of bounds and allows her teammates to get up into position. That, of course, also allows Wesleyan's attackers to get up front, set themselves up a potential scoring opportunity. Trinity win. They went up to Macon, got the 4-1 win on September 9th. 2 goals each from Gina Beto and Lucy Reif. The goal scored by Wesleyan was Becky Lee Wilson. That one hits off the body of Alana Woods, goes toward the sideline, but stays in play. Pass is intercepted by Perez. And the ball knocked toward the goalkeeper, and Rasick will pick it up. Rasick getting her first start as a college goalkeeper. A very nice punt, but it's deflected back towards the Wolves' way before being intercepted by the Eagles. Reif with the pass to Robinson. She gets around one defender, finds some help on the far sideline, and Tatum Wolke. Ball going up the right sideline toward the corner. Robinson cross pass towards Wolke, a little too strong. Reif catches up to it, dribbles to the left, tried to get the shot off, didn't get much on it, and McCrory could not get there before Hankinson, so Hankinson will pick this one up. It was a shot attempt for Lucy Reif, her first of the afternoon. It'll go as a shot on goal. Looked like she might have lost her footing while trying to take the shot, and that may have cost her the opportunity to score. No wind whatsoever at the moment. We're at about 82 degrees, beautiful, bright, sunny skies. Much better than we've had most of our home games with temperatures in the upper 90s and a high humidity. We'll take this any day. Great punt from Brooke Hankinson all the way past the circle. Wolves trying to get into scoring position. Knocked down by Mendonca. And a pass to Tony Rogers, and she's looking for Delgado, but her pass is picked off. He goes racing up the right sideline. The pass all the way up the pitch. Wolke takes the shot, a one-hopper right at Hankinson for her third save. Tatum Wolke's first attempt of the afternoon, and it is on goal. Another great punt from the Wesleyan goalkeeper. Buckley to the near sideline. Looking for Robinson. She offsides. I was about to say she's trying to get around Hankinson, but she heard the whistle and stopped. And it'll be a free kick for the Wolves. Wolves get the ball very quickly up the pitch. There's a collision in the box. Both players hit the ball at the same time. Reif is able to clear this one out of bounds. The Wolves will get a throw-in, but Alyssa Lechuga doing what she does best, making a defensive play and keeping a potential attacker from getting off a shot. A pause to make sure LeChuga's all right. She came up a little gimpy, but she's just fine. That is a tough young woman. She took a spill at Bob Jones. There was a small hole over near the corner. She took a few minutes, shook it off, went right back into the game, and they filled in that hole. And LeChuga, that was early in the game too, played the entire game. She told me before the game she's just fine. Didn't bother her much at all. Just had to shake it off. And Donka putting the pressure on Vivaldo. As Vivaldo's trying to get the ball into the scoring area, Vivaldo will throw it in for the Wolves. Ball popped up into the air. Looking for an opportunity. Piper Tadlock tried to get the ball inside, but she met up with Kira Goodwin. Both go down. Tadlock pops up. She's limping, but it looks like she'll be all right. Goodwin needs a little more time. They haven't stopped the clock, and now they do. And because of the warmer temperature, we're going to pause right here for the first half water break. No score between the Eagles and the Wolves. We'll be back in 60 seconds. As the regular season starts winding down, each team with just a few games left after today. Wesleyan has 2 conference games left. The first one is Saturday the 18th at Covenant, and the regular season finale is a conference game at home against Maryville on Saturday, October 25th. In between, the Wolves will head to Andrew and look for their second win against the Fighting Tigers. A 5 p.m. kickoff at Andrew in Cuthbert, Georgia on Tuesday, October 21st. Trinity will play again on homecoming Saturday against Toccoa Falls, an 11 a.m. start time. And then they'll have a week off before facing Bob Jones University once again, and they will finish the regular season on the road for 2 at Johnson & Wales of Charlotte on October 27th and at Agnes Scott College, a conference rival of Wesleyan, on Wednesday, October 29th. So go to TrinityEagles.com for the Trinity College of Jacksonville information. Go to WesleyanAthletics.com for the Wesleyan College Wolves information. We are resuming play now in the second half. Approximately 22 minutes remaining. Our time on the screen, unofficial, usually pretty close. The header will bounce out of bounds off of Veronica Pacheco, and the Eagles will have the throw in. Wind started to pick up just a bit. Knockdown settles throw in. The ball's tapped out of bounds. Last touch by Taylor McCrory, and so the Wolves will have possession. Tadlock again runs into Goodwin, and this time Goodwin with a little limp in the left ankle. Wolves will throw it in, and that will go out of bounds off of Nelly Vivaldo. Tatiana Grace playing the field, normally the goalkeeper, but she's in the game now, and that's her throwing it in, wearing number 1 in the white jersey. Tatiana Grace has 1 assist as a fielder. as a goalkeeper, 582 minutes, just 10 goals allowed and 48 saves. Eagles defense has not allowed a large number of shots on goal. That's McCrory, and she hit the left side of the ball and put spin on it the wrong way. And that one sails wide to the right. Her first attempt of the afternoon, looking for goal number 2 of the season. So the goal kick for Brooke Hankinson, as we are a little more than 20 minutes left in the first half. So Hankinson gets ready for the goal kick. She has the wind in her back, not all that hard, but it's changed directions, now blowing more from the left to the right. And the header from Grace. Back to the midfield circle where Goodwin knocks it down, gets it under control, passes to Rife. She has options to the left, finds McCrory. McCrory thought about the shot. Now she passes this one inside. Goodwin with the tap. I don't think that was a shot attempt. I think she was just trying to control it, hit off her foot, and into the hands of the goalkeeper. Hankinson, another great punt. Lechuga knocks it down and back Trinity's way. Buckley to Robinson, back to Buckley on the wall pass, and she gets around one defender. And a shot attempt and a nice little play by Hankinson, who may have knocked that away as Robinson took the shot. Count that on goal and a save for Hankinson. She deflected it off the path just enough to keep it out of the nylon. Trinity will have a corner kick. And already the 4th save of the afternoon for Hankinson. Kira Goodwin will take the corner kick. Hankinson, a really nice play on the dive, got just enough to deflect the path out of the net. Goodwin will try to curve this one in toward the goal. A high loft to the top of the box. Rife misses. High shot taken, and up over the crossbar goes Gina Beto with her first attempt of the afternoon. So Trinity has had a few opportunities in the past several minutes. They have now taken 7 shots, 4 of those on goal, all saved by Hankinson. And Hankinson will set up for the goal kick. Well, I'll tell you, it looks like a nice 3-iron off the ground, 3-wood rather, because she can really nail it on a low line drive. Pass inside to McCrory, but using the body is Pacheco, and then another attempt is into the hands of Hankinson. I didn't see which Eagle took that shot. Lewis says it was Callie Robinson. Thank you, Lewis. That's her second attempt. They're both on goal, and a save for Hankinson. It will be her 5th. And Grace unable to keep that one in bounds, so a throw in for the Wolves. Wolves have 1 reserve. Coach Kogan says that they're down a couple of players due to injury. You said nothing serious, but precautionary, and he wants to make sure they're all right for the 2 conference games that Wesleyan has coming up. 2 of their final 3 are conference matchups. Ayla Buckley dribbling through the defense, finding Robinson, 1 to beat. The pass to McCrory. It is out of her reach and out of bounds. No, she kept it in play, and then the official does say we have ourselves a pushing foul on Taylor McCrory. Robinson looking for McCrory. The pass just a little out of her reach. McCrory had an open net, but unable to catch up to the ball in time. Another line drive toward the center of the field. And a push foul called against Rife. And a free kick for the Wolves. Veronica Pacheco will take the kick. Nope, she will give way to Hankinson. Hankinson will come all the way up from the goal. Again, the wind in her back. Gentle breeze, maybe about 5 miles an hour. She lost this one to the top of the box. And this one is cleared away. Gina Beto hustling back, a midfielder playing defense on that last exchange. Settle back to the middle of the circle. Popped up off Robinson, and then Michaela Mincy of the Wolves. And heading toward the bleachers and out of bounds, last touched by Tatum Wolke. So a throw in for the Wolves. About 16 minutes remain in the first half. No score. Trinity has outshot Wesleyan 7-3 overall and 5-1 on goal. Tony Rogers has a shot, as does Piper Tadlock and Fernanda Perez. And we have ourselves a whistle as Alyssa Lechuga is down. That'll be a foul called against Wesleyan, and Trinity will have a free kick. Gina Beto will take the kick for the Eagles. Into the wind. And Goodwin couldn't quite get there in time. It's cleared out of bounds by Stephanie Kogan. And the official says that one deflected off a TCJ player before rolling out of bounds. So the Wolves will have a throw in. And ready to check in is Sydney Hunter. And she will take over for Tony Rogers at the next opportunity. Buckley near sideline, trying to keep it in play, but it rolls off her foot and out of bounds. A throw-in will allow the substitution. Heading onto the pitch, Sydney Hunter, and coming off is Tony Rogers. Sydney Hunter, a sophomore from Sugar Hill, Georgia's Lanier High School. She's wearing number 1, just came on. Eagles are able to intercept the pass, get the ball back towards midfield. Race for the ball. Tatum Wolke keeps it in play, guarded by 1. Gets around her defender, and the pass is offsides, however. And that will go back over to the Wolves. Eagles are being very aggressive in this first half. 7 shots, 4 on goal, but all 4 saved by Brooke Hankinson. Make that 5 on goal and 5 saves for the Wesleyan goalkeeper. Eagles came in with 1.7 goals per game, 10.6 shots per game, 54% of their shots on goal, and 16% of them have scored. Robinson with possession at the midfield circle, finds McCrory at the near sideline. McCrory has Reif, who has to make sure she stayed on sides. Reif 1-on-3. Has the ball taken away. Nice defensive play by Abby Gleaton, who has 1 goal and 1 assist this season. Ball goes through Reif. Gleaton sends it back past midfield. And Lechuga able to steal the ball away from Flor Delgado. Lechuga trying to send it up the pitch, but it goes out of bounds into the bleachers that are now getting much more population as students have made their way out of class. Of course, all those not practicing themselves. Men's soccer plays here tomorrow at 4 p.m. against Florida National, NAIA program. It's going to be a tough matchup for Trinity College. Baseball team, of course, doing their fall workouts. Men's and women's basketball have started practicing. They will begin the season in Pensacola at the end of this month. They'll play a couple of games not against Pensacola Christian, but Pensacola is hosting a season opening showcase. Pass to the right side of the box. Buckley to Wolke, takes a shot, and it hits off Michaela Mincy. So credit Wolke with a shot. But Mincy's able to knock it away, and we have another substitution coming for the Wolves at the next opportunity. Caitlin, is it Silbernagel? I got it right. All right. Caitlin Silbernagel ready to check in. I'll mess it up from here on, though, but at least I got it the first time. A header by McCrory goes into Hankinson's hands for save number 6. Shot number 2 for McCrory, first one on goal. Silbernagel, a freshman from Plant City, Florida, homeschool student. How'd you like homeschool, Sydney? She said it was very good. Glad to hear that. And the ball popped up into the air by Goodwin. Controlled by Buckley until she runs into Mincy. And it looks like we have ourselves a foul. Mincy will be called for a block, so Trinity will have a free kick. Free kick coming up for the Eagles. It will be a direct kick. Both Goodwin and Buckley are surrounding the ball. The Wolves will set up 5 to try to keep that ball from the net. Hankinson ready. She's on the left side, according to the offensive view. Goodwin taps it to Buckley, back to Goodwin. And then Goodwin fires this one off. It is off target and caught by Brooke Hankinson. So a shot, but not on goal by Kira Goodwin. Shot number 10 now for the Eagles. Aubrey Settle looking for Rife, a little too much on it. Goodwin, though, regains possession at midfield. Pass to Robinson off her foot and into the possession of Pacheco. Wilkie trying to keep this one in bounds. She does, right sideline. Pass to Robinson, top of the box, inside to Rife, but the Wolves are able to get their bodies on the ball and keep it out of the scoring area. Perez advancing past midfield, trying to find Delgado, but too strong and out of bounds. Trinity will have the throw in. Throw in for the Eagles. And they work it back towards midfield. Beto has her pass knocked away. Lechuga intercepts a pass attempt. And an interception now by Piper Tadlock. That is Tadlock knocking the ball back towards Pacheco. And we have a Wolves player down right at midfield, Michaela Mincy. So we get a whistle. We did not see the stop the clock signal just yet. We'll keep an eye out for that. And we will stop the clock with approximately 8:15 remaining. And so the trainer will come out to check on Michaela Mincy. We'll pause here. We'll be back when play resumes here on TBC Eagles. All right, play resumes, and a substitution for Wesleyan. Caitlin Silbernagel has gone in for Michaela Mincy, and Mincy is on the bench. She's getting some attention, but she is not at the trainer's table at the moment. Wolke, meanwhile, dribbles her way into the box, takes the shot, and it goes right to Brooke Hankinson, and Hankinson has been a brick wall. Tatum Wolke with her third attempt, second on goal. Eagles very aggressive. Their 11th shot overall and 8th on goal. Hankinson has done a fantastic job. That's her 8th save. They haven't all been right at her either. She has had to move side to side and even made one on a dive. Eagles, though, are going to keep up the aggressiveness. The defense for Trinity has allowed Wesleyan just 3 shots so far and 1 on goal. And that one was saved by Olivia Rasick. Robinson was trying to find Wolke, but got too much of it and pushed it out of bounds for a Wolves throw-in. Approximately 7 minutes remaining in the first half. Seems to have warmed up a little bit, but not that bad, especially with the low humidity. We're about mid-80s right now, and again, just beautiful blue skies overhead as you see, just a few white clouds. Throw in for the Wolves, close to midfield, a battle for the ball. And Wolke wins that battle for the loose ball. She has McCrory to her left. Tried to get it in toward McCrory, but a little out of her reach. And a nice job by Hankinson. And also, we give credit to Veronica Pacheco for staying right on top of McCrory and making that a difficult pass. Another fantastic punt. Ball bounces high over Lucy Rife's head. Aubrey Settle will use her body to keep Sydney Hunter away from the ball. Rasick wastes no time getting the ball back into play. Lechuga then finds Callie Robinson, a collision with Perez. Robinson came away with possession, backed it up a little bit, and check out Robinson. Another nice play, stealing this one from Delgado, and it goes out of bounds off Delgado for a TCJ throw-in. Buckley just shy of the circle, finds Gina Beto. Beto tried to pass to Goodwin. It got deflected. Eagles still 2-on-1. As the ball's heading our way, Rife will cut it off. Rife has Hunter right on top of her back. Goodwin unable to control the pass, and Hankinson will give us another big punt. And this young woman can put that ball a long way past midfield. Grace the wall pass right back to her. To the outside, Wolke up the right sideline. Dribbles to the right line of the box. Looking for McCrory. Passes over McCrory's head. She will chase this one down and keep it in play. To Kira Goodwin. Buckley back to Goodwin. Back to Buckley. To the corner of the box. Buckley trying to get around a defender, and another nice job by Veronica Pacheco. She was able to keep Buckley from getting off the shot and thwart the pass attempt as well. Sydney Hunter loses control but gets the ball right back. Pacheco and Beto collide. Settle will send it back to the goalkeeper, and that's before Caitlin Silbernagel is able to catch up to the ball and eventually get off a shot. Lechuga looking for Buckley at midfield. Buckley crosses the stripe, but her pass is picked off. Tatiana Grace will send it back to her keeper. And Rasick sends it back toward the midfield circle. Buckley to pass to McCrory, but the return attempt is too strong. Aubrey Settle's able to settle the ball down. And Lechuga finds help at midfield. Robinson's pass to Wolke at midfield to the sidelines. Eagles attackers hustling up the pitch. Wolke looking for Robinson. Will Robinson catch up to it in time? Yes, she will. The cross pass to McCrory. And off McCrory's foot. The ball stays in bounds, and Hankinson will make sure it does not cross the end line for a corner kick. It will be a throw-in for Trinity College. Lucy Reif hustling up to take the throw-in. Robinson to McCrory. Reif to the top of the box. Wolke trying to tap it in. Didn't get a whole lot of it. It will be a shot for Taylor McCrory, or check that, Tatum Wolke. Her fourth attempt, third on goal, and save number 9 for Brooke Hankinson. Lechuga is able to beat Caitlin Silbernagel to the ball, but it rolls out of bounds. Last touch by Silbernagel, so it will be actually, I thought the ball went out of bounds, but it stayed in play. Okay, my bad. Thomas, you got in my way there, fella. Got to blame somebody. Reif up the left side. Guarded by Pacheco. Pass to Beto. Reif fires one off of two-hopper into the hands of Hankinson for save number 9. See Reif for their second attempt, and it is on goal. Make that save number 10 for Hankinson. Header from Lechuga, and then she dribbles around to midfield, looking for McCrory. She stays on sides. No, McCrory tried to come back in time, but she is called for the offsides. And that is going to do it for the end of the first half with the score, no score between Trinity College of Jacksonville and Wesleyan College. So we'll pause here for 15 minutes. We'll come back for the second half. You're watching women's soccer. Trinity College of Jacksonville home against Wesleyan College. We'll be back in 15 minutes. And welcome back to the second half between the Wolves and the Eagles. No score as half number 2 is now underway. Eagles had a very aggressive first half. They took 13 shots, 10 of them on goal, but all 10 saved by Brooke Hankinson, who did a fantastic job in the first half, and she's looking to keep the Eagles scoreless in the second. McCrory offside. She's had that problem a few times today. She's a big hustle player, but unable to stay back long enough. And a free kick coming for Wesleyan. The Wolves have taken 3 total shots, one of those on goal from Fernanda Perez. That one was saved by Olivia Rasick, who is back in goal in the second half. Lopez back onto the pitch. Shayla Mendonca also makes her return to the pitch. That's Mendonca with the pass up the field and sent to the right side towards Wolke, but out of her reach and out of bounds for a goal kick. Wind has picked up just a little bit, blowing left to right as Trinity's now going from the left to the right. So Rasick will now have the wind in her back, and Hankinson will be punting into the wind. It's not all that hard, only about 6 miles per hour. And that low line drive headed toward the camera. I've already lost one tripod that way this year. I don't want to lose another one. Those things, they're not majorly expensive, but they're not free either. Sent in toward the middle of the box, knocked down and cleared away by the Wolves defense. Trinity defense allowing the Wolves just 3 total shots. Perez, hers was on goal. Tony Rogers and Piper Tadlock all took aim in the first half. Tatum Wolke tried 4, got 3 of them on goal, but all 3 were saved. Camila Lopez, Lucy Reif, Callie Robinson, and Taylor McCrory, all with 2 shot attempts in the first half. We have a whistle and a free kick coming for Wesleyan. Men's soccer right here at home tomorrow against Florida National University. Their first home game in over a month. They played 7 in a row on the road. And they have a tough one tomorrow against the Conquistadors. Tatiana Grace has played almost the entire game in the field this time. She didn't start, but she came in about midway through the first half, and she gets a start in the second half. And that is Grace, normally the goalkeeper. That one stays in play. Wolke to Beto, back to Wolke up the right sideline. One coming on. That is Alana Woods, and she knocks the ball away from Wolke, and this one rolls out of bounds for a Trinity throw-in. Beto takes the throw in. Her pass intercepted by Tadlock, sends it back towards midfield. Tony Rogers with the header. Collision, no call. Ball still in play. Tap back toward the circle. Rogers to Pacheco, and she finds Perez right at the middle of the field. Perez gets around one to the right side. Her pass, however, looking for Sydney Hunter is a little too strong. Rasick better look out. Hunter was right behind her as Rasick put the ball on the ground. Lopez with the steal at midfield, up the left side. And she dribbles a little too strongly off her own foot. Ball stolen by Pacheco. Now a race for a loose ball, won by McCrory, and then Pacheco comes from behind, steals it away, and Robinson will throw it in for the Eagles. To the top of the box, cleared away by Alana Woods for another Trinity throw-in. Off the body of Buckley and a collision. Buckley comes away with possession. Back towards Aubrey Settle at midfield. Buckley to Beto. Back to Grace. And Grace finding Buckley to the right side. Tight defense by the Wolves force the Eagles back towards midfield. Grace with the pass toward the end line. Wolke gets there. No, not quite in time. And that goes out of bounds for a goal kick. Goal kick coming for Brooke Hankinson. Now let's see how she does going into the wind, but again, not all that strongly. Lechuga with possession. Looking for Wolke, but the pass a little bit off the mark. Alana Woods gets there first. Woods tries to clear it out of bounds. Her second attempt does cross the line. That allows her teammates to get up into the defensive position. Lucy Reif at the table, ready to come back in for Trinity College. Michaela Mincy getting ready to come back in. She'll take over for Flor Delgado. Mincy took a little spill near the end of the first half. Glad to see her all right. And ready to make your return. All right, no goals allowed for you, though. Wait till your next game. You can score all you want then. Lopez with the corner kick for the Eagles. Low line drive towards McCrory, but she's beaten by Stephanie Kogan, who clears it away. Wolves send it back towards midfield. Loose ball headed toward the corner. Lopez and Veronica Pacheco with the race, and it goes out of bounds for a goal kick. Now the substitutions. Michaela Mincy in for Flor Delgado for Wesleyan. Lucy Reif will take over for Tatum Wolke for TCJ. Delgado's been very busy. She's had only the halftime break to rest. She'll get back onto the pitch before too long. And knocked that one down just a bit. Mendonca under control, but a good play by Hunter. Now, Hunter knocked it out of bounds, but she kept Mendonca from advancing up the field. And official saying now put it down. Yep, it was out of bounds. Okay, for a moment I thought they said free kick. Back towards midfield. Buckley with the steal. Gets by one. And she was looking for Mendonca up the left sideline, but pushed it out of bounds. Throw in for the Wolves, back towards midfield. And Settle knocks it back to Lechuga. And the Eagles approach midfield. The pass off the back of Robinson. It goes to McCrory to the right side. And McCrory lost her footing. And the ball goes into Brooke Hankinson, who will come out for the punt. Hankinson didn't get a whole lot of that one. We've seen her punt that ball a long way many times already today. 10 saves for Brooke Hankinson. Now Veronica Pacheco's just a tap towards her goalkeeper. Hankinson, a freshman from Cape Coral, Florida. Done a terrific job. We have ourselves a whistle. Pushing foul called against Reif. That will be a free kick for Wesleyan. Eagles back here on the home field on Saturday. South Region action. Homecoming Saturday begins at 11 a.m. and the men will follow later in the afternoon. Both teams will play Toccoa Falls, and both teams will look for win number 2 over Toccoa this season. Eagles quickly up the left side. That one taken away. We have a whistle. Offsides called against Trinity, so another free kick for Wesleyan. Free kick and a good one from Hankinson. All the way up to the top of the penalty box. Wolves in scoring position and a pushing foul as Lechuga goes down. That will be called against Fernanda Perez. And a free kick for TCJ. Tatiana Grace, who's very used to taking goal kicks from the ground. She'll take this free kick, well struck past midfield. Off McCrory's header. Robinson will try to keep it in bounds. She does. Some footwork to get around a defender. She's able to beat Pacheco. Take the shot, the pass, and a diving save by Hankinson. It was a pass right inside the goal box, and an excellent job by Hankinson, who reversed her footing and made her 11th save. This one on the dive. Taylor McCrory with her third attempt and second on goal, and the best save of the day by Hankinson, and she's able to beat Buckley to the ball, and it gets through. Buckley turns and fires, but pushes it wide to the right. Buckley's first attempt of the afternoon. That save a moment ago by Hankinson, her 11th of the day. And what a terrific job she did. It's hard enough to make a save on the dive, but she actually had to stop and do a 180, and she was able to keep that ball out of the net. Hankinson with the goal kick. Headed our way. Vito knocks it out of bounds for a Wesleyan throw-in. Kira Goodwin getting ready to come in for Trinity. High pop-up off Grace's foot. Robinson trying to control it, but it bounces over her head. Tadlock pushes it out of bounds. That should allow Goodwin to come on. It's a Trinity throw-in. They did not call her on. Buckley across the field to Taylor McCrory. And she will send this, looking for Robinson inside the box. Rife with the shot, and she pulls it wide to the left. Lucy Rife's third attempt of the afternoon, and this one will go out of bounds. And that will be a throw-in. It went out to the side. I don't know how that one stayed in bounds. It must have curved or hit the ground and turned back in, but it's a throw-in, not a goal kick. Lopez knocks it out of bounds, a throw-in once again for the Wolves. Eagles have now taken 16 shots, 11 of them on goal, but 11 saves from Brooke Hankinson. Buckley could not get past Tadlock. She finds Grace coming up from the backfield. Grace takes a long shot, but pushed it wide to the right. Her first attempt of the afternoon. Number 17 overall for TCJ. Goal kick for Hankinson. Hankinson with the goal kick. Wind has settled down just a bit. Hankinson toward the far sideline at midfield. Ball taken away by Mendonca. Mendonca again trying to steal one away from Sydney Hunter. Goes out of bounds. It's a Trinity throw-in. And time called for the substitution. Kira Goodwin will take over for Callie Robinson. And Goodwin now with fresh legs. She had halftime and the first 14 or so minutes into the second half, so her legs should be fresh. Kira Goodwin, 1 goal and 2 assists. That goal came on a penalty kick here on the home field a few weeks ago. That one goes out of bounds. And we will stop here for the second half water break with the score still no score between the Wolves and the Eagles. We'll pause here. We'll be back in just a few moments here on the TBC Eagles Sports Network. Stay with us. Play resumes with approximately 29.5 minutes remaining. No score. And ready to come back in, Flor Delgado. She'll take over for Michaela Mincy at the next Wolves opportunity. Meanwhile, Trinity knocks the ball back to the defensive side. Lechuga will try to set up the offense. Brooke Hankinson, 11 saves, and several of those on the dive. She has done a fantastic job in goal for head coach Chris Kogan of the Wesleyan Wolves. Lopez has the leg. She shoots, but she pushes it wide to the right. Third attempt of the day for Camila Lopez. And now we get that substitution. Flor Delgado back onto the pitch for Wesleyan, a sophomore from Stockbridge, Georgia. And she'll take over for Michaela Mincy. Mincy, a junior from Somerville, Georgia. Another good kick from Hankinson. Tadlock trying to send it up towards Delgado, but too strong. Mendonca with Delgado coming on, able to get the ball back to the goalkeeper. Rasick finds Mendonca to the far side, back towards midfield. Lopez takes the touch pass to the left sideline. McCrory finds Lopez, and the ball is stolen away. Check out Lopez hustling back to regain control. The pass towards Rife. Rife with the shot. It is goal! Lucy Rife able to beat Brooke Hankinson to the ball and put Trinity on the board. The first goal of the game, goal number 6 on the season for Lucy Rife, and the Eagles lead 1-0. The assist coming from Camila Lopez. That is her third of the season. And Trinity leads 1-0 for Lucy Rife again, goal number 6. And she is now the leading scorer for Trinity College of Jacksonville. So the way that Hankinson has played, that could be the game winner. Hankinson has been terrific, but she couldn't quite beat Rife to the ball that time. And Rife had an open net and was able to get it past Hankinson for the goal. Hilla Buckley across midfield. Backs it up to Shayla Mendonca. Mendonca right at the stripe. Finds Lopez to the left side. Lopez looking for Rife once again. Right side of the box. Rife under control. Tried to get the shot off, but Hankinson cut down the angle. Give her a save and a shot on goal for Rife. Save number 12 for Brooke Hankinson. Alyssa Lechuga coming up from the backfield. Finding Rife right on top of the line. Rife sends this one inside the box, and almost a big mistake. That ball hit off the leg of Pacheco and just missed the right post. Lucy Rife with the score for Trinity. The only goal of the game comes right at the end of minute 62. Ball back towards midfield. Delgado with Buckley on top. Able to get the pass off. Rogers sends it past midfield. Now under control by Fernanda Perez. Her dribble, though, a little too strong. Lechuga knocks it away. Uses her own body to keep Perez from reclaiming possession. Race to Aubrey Settle. Mendonca approaching midfield. Looking for McCrory, and off McCrory then deflected out of bounds, and it's a throw-in for Trinity. And Donka throws it in. Lopez got that assist. She now looks for Buckley. And Hankinson will beat Goodwin to the ball. Hankinson using her body, getting between the ball and Goodwin and making sure that Goodwin doesn't take it away. Another big punt by Hankinson over Mendonca's head. But she tracks it down. Ball tapped away. And Mendonca regains control right at midfield. Pass to Lopez, a little too strong. Interception by Gleaton, and her pass towards Hunter, and then Hunter tried to find teammate Flor Delgado, but went astray. Settle at midfield, looking for Beto. One coming up from behind. Hunter able to tap the ball away from Gina Beto. Now with possession, Nelly Vivaldo. 1 goal this season. Looking for Delgado, and a nice play by Goodwin with the steal from behind. Chuga back to Grace. And Grace will send this one to Lopez just shy of the circle. Grace coming across midfield, taking the pass, looking for Rice. Did she stay onside? Rife couldn't quite get to the ball. Hankinson out of the penalty box. Risky play, but it pays off. Realized that was their best opportunity to keep Rife from taking the shot. Buckley to the right side of the box, all alone. Dribbles in, the pass in front. McCrory tried to do a side shot, but missed it. Chases it back down. Regains possession and finds Rife to the right side. And Rife turns to fire, but she pushed it out of bounds wide to the right. Attempt number 5 for Rife. Lucy Rife has 4 shots on goal, one of them successful. Ball goes right to Katiana Grace, who taps it back to Rife, back to Grace on the wall pass. Grace looking for Goodwin, and a nice defensive play by Alana Woods to clear it out of bounds. Throw in for the Eagles off Buckley. Looking for Beto, who gets underneath one on the shot attempt and pushes it up and over the crossbar. First attempt of the day for Gina Beto. For the Eagles, shot attempt number 22. 13 of those are on goal, but 12 of them have been saved by Brooke Hankinson. Buckley controls the long boot back towards midfield. Ball hits off Lopez's foot. Race for a loose ball, won by McCrory. Tadlock, a nice side piece, getting the ball back to her teammates. And the Eagles will back it up. The official told us that they will most likely have another water break with approximately 15 minutes remaining, and that's about 7 minutes from now, give or take a little bit. That one goes out of bounds. It will be a throw in for Trinity. Check that, a free kick for Trinity. There was a big crowd of players on both sides over there. I didn't see what happened. Lopez, a one-hopper, off McCrory. And that one hit off McCrory on the clear attempt. McCrory goes down. Let's hope she's all right. Abby Gleaton struck it hard and hit McCrory almost immediately, and we're going to have a trainer be called to the field. So no indication about stopping the clock just yet. But we're going to pause right here while the trainer attends to Taylor McCrory. Taylor McCrory is up and walking off under her own power, not limping. That's a very good sign, and we're about ready to resume. And Caitlin Silbernagel is getting ready to come back in for the Wolves. She is being called on now. And Silbernagel will take over for Sydney Hunter. The official's holding the ball. He will do a drop. And the drop will go to Brooke Hankinson, who will let it roll into the box, pick it up for the punt. And another great punt by the Wesleyan goalkeeper. 12 saves for Brooke Hankinson. She's been terrific. Hankinson hustling to the ball ahead of Tatum Wolke. The only goal for Trinity was a play similar to that, but Lucy Reif was able to win that race and just tap it right past the goalkeeper into the open net. Eagles looking for another opportunity. This one is sent forward, but too strongly and into the hands of the goalkeeper. Olivia Rasick, 2 saves, as she has faced only 2 shots on goal. Wesleyan has taken 4. The Eagles defense, as they've done all season long, limiting opportunities to the opposition. That one goes out of bounds from midfield all the way across to the far sideline off Buckley. So a throw-in. Veronica Pacheco will do the honor. And this one hits off Fernanda Perez. And they're going to now say it last hit Shayla Mendonca. So a throw-in for the Wolves. That one does hit off Mendonca, but stays in play. Lechuga gets to the ball first, but then has pressure from behind. And goes out of bounds for a goal kick. And now Callie Robinson enters for Gina Beto for Trinity College. And Olivia Rasick will have a goal kick. Rasick came in with only 15 minutes in net her first season. This is her first start as an Eagles goalkeeper. She had 1 save, and that's when the Eagles visited Wesleyan on September 9th. She did not allow a goal. Lopez gets through a slew of Wolves. Slows down to allow teammates to get into position. The pass looking for Reif, but out of Reif's reach. And Hankinson cuts it off. Reif looking for her second goal of the day. She has 1 today, 6 overall on the season now. Mendonca finds Lopez for Tatum Wolke. And offsides is the call. And Hankinson again being very aggressive, not afraid to come out of the net and even out of the penalty box to try to make a defensive play. And she will come up and take the free kick. Hankinson, a big boot. She got underneath that one. Didn't go quite as far in the air as we've seen her do most every time today. Ball hits off Goodwin's foot and into the Wolves' possession. Lopez with the steal, but unable to maintain possession. Perez finds Vivaldo inside the circle. And Perez looking for Delgado, but it's intercepted. Mendonca approaches midfield. Finds Wolke to the left side. Wolke 1-on-2. She gets past them both. Has options to her right. She's going to keep it herself. Now looking for Reif, but misdirects her pass, and this one will roll out of bounds for a goal kick. And the official says water break number 2 of the second half with approximately 16 and a half minutes remaining. We'll review Wesleyan's remaining schedule while we have this opportunity. They have 3 games left. 2 of them are in conference. The first of those 2 will happen this coming Saturday, 2 p.m. at Covenant in Lookout Mountain, Georgia. That is a conference game. Tuesday, October 21st, the Wolves will go to Andrew College and look for the season sweep of the Fighting Tigers. A 5 p.m. kickoff. Andrew does live stream, so Wolves fans, you can go to your team's schedule page when they get that link available. And the Wolves will end the regular season at home on Saturday, October 25th against Maryville. That is a Collegiate Conference of the South conference game. Trinity, we told you about the homecoming doubleheader, women and men, against Toccoa Falls this coming Saturday, homecoming day, and then one home game left for women's soccer on October 25th against Bob Jones. That is a 12 p.m. kickoff. We'll have it for you here, that and the Toccoa Falls. And then two away to end the regular season, October 27th at Johnson and Wales of Charlotte in Charlotte, North Carolina, and at Agnes Scott College on Wednesday, October 29th in Decatur, Georgia. We'll pause right here, and we'll be ready for the conclusion of this matchup between the Eagles and the Wolves back in a moment. Got Deanna Grace having some fun with the fans watching here all over the Southeast. Of course, we thank you for watching, because if you're not, I'm just sitting here running my mouth for no apparent reason. So we appreciate that you're joining us here on the live feed. A little choppiness going on we'll try to take care of. We're ready to resume. And we will resume with a goal kick from Brooke Hankinson. 12 saves on the afternoon, allowed just one goal. That really wasn't her fault. She was very aggressive, and the ball just took a hop on her, and Lucy Reif was able to tap it right past her. Wolves trying to get the equalizer. They get it up the right side toward the corner. 2-on-1. Settle knocks it out of bounds. It's a throw-in. And we have ourselves a whistle. Push foul called against Wesleyan, so a free kick for the Eagles. We've had no yellow cards. Been a very clean game played by both teams. Got Deanna Grace back towards midfield. Off Wolke and out of bounds for a Wesleyan throw-in. Well, the Eagles defense, again, they have really played tough, allowing only 4 total shots and 2 on goal. Trinity has taken 22 shots with 13 of them on goal, but only 1 of them good. Lopez approaching midfield. Pass to Buckley inside the circle. Buckley looking for Reif, but it is knocked away. A lot of Woods with the play. And with a whistle right inside the circle. That's going to go against Wesleyan and be a free kick for TCJ. Remember, men's soccer tomorrow afternoon at 4 against Florida National University. Grace looking for Reif up the right sideline. Reif, cross pass in. Kira Goodwin shoots, and it hits the left post. Tough break for Goodwin and the Eagles. She struck it well, but the ball hit off the post, stayed in play, and now a throw-in for Wesleyan. And Trinity will send Taylor McCrory back in at the next opportunity. Reif, right side of the box. Cross pass to the middle. Hankinson knocks it down. Tatum Wolke was in the vicinity, but and Lechuga collides with Caitlin Silbernagel, and she is down and stays down. Lechuga, a very aggressive defender. The collision. And Lechuga herself calling for the trainer. Okay, we'll go ahead and reset the clock. That forgot to start. Meanwhile, Sydney Hunter is getting ready to come back in. All right, and we're just told that the water break, the clock, coach, to be reset to 8:35. So we'll do that now. And now the substitutions. Sydney Hunter in for Wesleyan. Gina Beto in for Trinity. And coming out for Wesleyan, number 8, Caitlin Silbernagel. And Camila Lopez headed off for Trinity. Looking for Rife, but this one goes out of bounds. It will be a throw-in for Wesleyan. Tony Rogers will get it back into play. And Callie Robinson knocks it out of bounds. Another throw-in for the Wolves. McCrory still waiting her opportunity to return to the pitch, and she should get it now as that header goes out of bounds off Sydney Hunter. So McCrory in for Lopez. As we're now under 8 minutes left to go. Delgado, but she's unable to keep it in play. Trinity hustling past midfield. That's McCrory. Tried to get off the pass, but it's deflected. Robinson picks up the loose ball, finds Buckley just inside the circle. Buckley has two. Rife and Robinson, but once again, Brooke Hankinson beats them both to the ball. And we have a handball called as Hankinson came too far before picking up the ball. She crossed the line. And that'll be a free direct kick for Trinity College. No argument from Hankinson. And the Wolves will set up a wall to try to keep either Kira Goodwin or Ayla Buckley from scoring. We'll see which one takes the kick. It'll be either Goodwin or Buckley. Each has one goal on the season. Buckley backs off. Kira Goodwin facing three in front of her. Shoots! And another diving save for Brooke Hankinson. Kira Goodwin struck it very well. Her third shot, her second on goal. Save number 13 for Hankinson. And what a terrific job she has done all afternoon. And we have a Wolf player down just past midfield. And a stop of the clock with about 5:28 remaining. So we'll pause here. I can't see which player that is just yet, but she'll get some attention, and we'll pause here, and we'll be right back. We are ready to resume play. It'll be a free kick for Wesleyan. Caitlin Silbernagel has gone in. Taking the kick, Alana Woods. She goes for the goal. Rasick on the ground. And a save for Rasick. She did keep the ball out of the net, and then a collision. The ball did not cross the goal line, and the officials stopped the play. Sydney Hunter pleading a case. Shot on goal for Alana Woods. Save number 3 for Rasick. Under 5 minutes to go. Stephanie Kogan is the Wolf player who came out. Hopefully she's all right. She is sitting up. She's on the bench, not the trainer's table, still getting some attention to make sure everything's okay. Pass to Robinson right at midfield. Eagles caught a break on that last exchange as Woods struck it well. Rasick knocked it down, and then the play blown dead because of a collision with the goalkeeper. Cleared out of bounds by Tony Rogers as Lucy Reif was trying to make an advance toward the scoring area. Beto will throw it in. 1-0 Trinity. They have taken 24 shots, 14 on goal, 13 of them saved. A pass to the top of the box, but offsides is the call. McCrory just beyond the defense, so no shot. About 3.5 to go. Bulls trying to tie it up. Eagles trying to prevent it and get the win. The header by Mendonca goes right to Veronica Pacheco. Grace clears it back towards midfield. Tadlock, though, intercepts the pass. Robinson unable to get the steal from behind. Here's a pass to Sydney Hunter. 2 coming up. Beto able to strip the ball away from Hunter. Work it toward the corner and then start to dribble back upfield. Nice job by Gina Beto. Tatum Wolke past midfield. Looking for Reif, but it's out of her reach. And a big boot past midfield off the body of Gina Beto. Beto and Tadlock collide. Tadlock comes away with possession. Up the left sideline. 1-on-2. Silbernagel able to find help in Fernanda Perez. Grace clears this one out of bounds, and a really nice catch by Coach Chris Kogan. Coach Kogan wanted to do the throw-in, but he'll give it up to Tony Rogers. It was a really nice play he made, though. Robinson gets around one defender, Rogers, looking for Reif up the right side. Can Reif get there? No. It rolls out of bounds for a Wolves throw-in. Under 2 minutes to play. Player of the game, but Brooke Hankinson, what a phenomenal job she did in goal for Wesleyan. She saved 14 shots on goals faced. She blocked 13 of those, and really the only one that got past her was just on a bad hop as she was about to make a defensive stop, and Lucy Reif got the goal that ended up the winner for Trinity College. The Eagles are now 5-4-1 on the season, 1-1 in South Region play. They'll be back here Saturday afternoon as both the women's and the men's team play Toccoa Falls College on homecoming Saturday in massive South Region matchup. Men's soccer tomorrow at 4. The Eagles take on the Conquistadors of Florida National University. Thank you, everybody, for joining us here on the live feed. For Thomas Spee on